Alrighty, so I know I've been making a lot of Spider-Man related videos for like the past month or so, but that's just because I am incredibly hyped for this movie. And when I am super hyped for a movie, I tend to make a lot of videos based around that movie. You see what I did there? With the incredibly hyped and the fact that the Incredible Hulk is in the movie? Eh? Okay. Well, alright, I guess I'll leave then. Yes, we do finally have the second trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. It felt like this thing was just never going to come out. We kept hearing, oh, it's going to come out on this day, or it's going to come out on this day, and then we were finally hearing that it was coming out on June 17th, and well, it was actually originally supposed to come out at 7 a.m. is what we were told. We were told that the trailer was going to come out at 7 a.m. So I was like, oh, cool. I can make a reaction video out of it. And lo and behold, it did not come out at 7 a.m. I was sitting there at my computer, ready to record a video reacting to the trailer, and that shit did not come out at all. And I was like, well, I guess we done got blueballed into expecting a trailer. But lo and behold, we did get the second trailer at like 12 o'clock, I think was when it came out. But yeah, with the second trailer, there is something that I've been kind of thinking about, and I figured since I wasn't able to make a reaction video on the trailer, I can instead talk about the trailer and what I think could end up happening in this movie. So, what I think could end up happening is, or like what I think is like going on in the trailer is like it's kind of hard to describe what's going on in the trailer because we see like Jean Grey and well, I mean, we don't see Jean Grey, but Jean Grey is essentially like the person who's doing like the mind hopping and all that is what we expect, or that is what we think is going on here. I mean, it very well could be Jean Grey because we still don't know who Sadie Sink is. Like, it's not been 100% confirmed yet. But yeah, we do think that like Sadie Sink is the one doing the mind hopping in the trailer, and this trailer gives off like or gives like away a lot more than what the original trailer back in like March happened. Because back when we had that trailer, there was like it was kind of like a teaser trailer, so there wasn't really that much going on in that first trailer. But with this new trailer, we got a lot more stuff going on. Because, like I said, we got the mind hopping thing going around. We got this, like, it seems that Peter is immune to whatever is going on with, like, the mind hopping and things like that. But it also seems like Frank Castle is also immune. Now, I don't know if he is immune, but or if he's like just not within like the radius of the blast thing that's going on, because in the trailer there's like this blast that like covers the entire city, but Frank Castle is like completely unaffected. So we have heard that like Frank Castle is going to be like this kind of protector for Jean Grey's character, or Sadie Sink's character I should say. But maybe that's why he wasn't affected. Maybe like she specifically chose to just not affect him and just affect everybody else. Maybe that's the reason, because he like protects her, so she doesn't really have a reason to like do the mind hopping thing with him. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not too sure. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is the mutation that Peter is going through and what exactly it is, because this thing hasn't really been like described or talked about. It's just simply called like this mutation thing. We don't really know what's going on with it or why it starts. That's kind of what I want to talk about in this video, is how this mutation starts and what exactly it is, because we don't really have a clear answer on either how it starts or what it is exactly. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I think it could be, and this is kind of related to the video that I made like about a week or so ago when I made my last Spider-Man Brand New Day video, and that was when I talked about the fact that Peter could be getting the black suit in Avengers Secret Wars. Now, I do still very much think that is still the case, and I'm kind of building off that theory based on what this new trailer gave us. So, basically what I think this mutation is I'm thinking that it's going to be the symbiote. Like, I just think full on it is going to be the symbiote, because I don't really see what else it could possibly be, because this mutation thing that Peter's going through, it seems to like make him more angry, and it seems to like make him stop pulling his punches, because we see it in the beginning of this trailer where he's fighting Scorpion and he seems to be like getting beat by Scorpion, and then this mutation thing kicks in, and then Peter just starts going ham on Scorpion, like he just starts whooping that ass. So I'm thinking that this mutation thing is the symbiote. But with that said, how does he get the mutation in the first place? Well, I'm thinking with my brain here that it is also going to be through Scorpion. I'm thinking that Scorpion is possibly going to be the thing that gives him this mutation because, as we all know, Scorpion has his like pointy tail thing, and we've seen in set videos, or in one set video in particular, where Peter looks like he's getting stabbed by something. I'll see if I can like find the set video and like overlay it while I'm talking. But there was the set video that came out like a long time ago, back when Brand New Day was being filmed, and it showed Peter like reacting to like, you know, jerking his back and like seemed like he was getting stung by something. Well, I'm thinking that was probably Scorpion that ends up stinging Spider-Man, and I'm thinking it is probably going to happen early on into the movie. So maybe it'll be during the montage because we know this movie is going to open with a montage because we had those script pages come out a while ago where it like kind of showed what the opening of the movie was going to be, and it also showed us like, you know, the first couple scenes, like it showed us the intro, and that it was going to be like this memory thing of Peter, MJ, and Ned. That is kind of how the Marvel intro is going to happen in this movie because, you know, Marvel's been changing up their intros lately ever since like 2025. So this movie will have its own unique intro, and that'll be the memories that Peter has had with MJ and Ned. So we know that is going to be the intro, and then we had the fact that we're going to be getting a montage like right at the beginning of this movie. So I'm thinking that Peter is going to get this mutation thing from Scorpion during the montage. Like we'll see Peter fight, you know, Boomerang, Tarantula, and like, you know, other villains that have been rumored for this movie, and then we will cut to the Scorpion fight, and it'll end with Peter getting stabbed by Scorpion and like the poison in his tail, because we do know that Scorpion does usually sometimes have like poison and stuff in like the tip of his tail. So what I'm thinking is that he will stab Spider-Man and he will give Peter the symbiote because like we've also been hearing and told and basically showing is that, you know, back like when Scorpion was first announced for Spider-Man Brand New Day, Michael Mando, who played Scorpion, has been like, or was posting photos of him and Venom. You remember when he was posting those photos on a story of Scorpion and Venom like together? A lot of people were thinking that like, oh, maybe Scorpion is going to turn into Venom in the MCU, which I do think might still end up happening. I do think that Scorpion will probably get the symbiote back at some point, but I'm thinking that he will open the movie with Scorpion having the symbiote in like the tip of his tail, so that when he stabs Peter with it, he will inject the symbiote into Peter, and that is how this mutation thing will start. It will start with, or it'll happen from Peter getting stabbed by Scorpion, and then the symbiote being injected into him, and that is going to be what this mutation thing is. It is just going to simply straight up be the symbiote. That is what I'm thinking it is, because I don't really see what else it could possibly be, because I don't see why it would just be like this random manifestation that just randomly happens where he just, you know, starts getting angrier and all that. I don't see why it would just randomly start up. Like, there has to be a reason for this to start up, and yeah, you could argue that it is just a manifestation, and that is just like Peter being so like alone and like, you know, avoiding like friends and all that. He is just by himself, so maybe that's just what this manifestation is. It is just him like, you know, is a manifestation of the fact that he is alone, so that is why he like suppresses his anger, or he like, you know, gets angry at sometimes. It's kind of hard to describe, but I think you get the point of what I'm saying. Basically, it's just a manifestation of the fact that Peter's alone all the time. But I'm thinking that it doesn't really have anything to do with that, and it is just simply going to be the symbiote that he gets from Scorpion at the start of the movie, and that is what it is going to be. Now, if I am wrong about this, I don't really know how else he could get the, you know, manifestation thing. Like, it might just be a natural thing that he gets throughout the movie. That is also a possibility. But I am leaning more towards the fact that it's just simply going to be the symbiote because, you know, why else would the actor for Scorpion randomly post photos of Scorpion and Venom together. It doesn't really make sense. Also because, the MCU doesn't really like to do things that have happened before. So they might do the symbiote story a little bit differently, but I am thinking that we are leading to Black Suit Spider-Man. And also, like I mentioned in my previous Spider-Man Brand New Day video that I made like a week or so ago, that Peter will end up dying at the end of this movie, either through Tombstone, or by Scorpion, or maybe by the Jackal, or whoever the main villain of the movie is going to end up killing Spider-Man. And then the post-credit scene of the movie will be the symbiote just kind of fully, reviving Peter, fully taking him over, and then we will get Black Suit Spider-Man in Avengers Secret Wars. So that is how I think that this storyline is going to go. It's going to be Peter gets stabbed by Scorpion at the start of the movie. He gets the manifestation thing where his eyes go black and he starts getting angry, and it is just going to be the symbiote, and then he will die at the end of the movie, and then the symbiote will revive him, and then boom, we'll get Black Suit Spider-Man in Avengers Secret Wars. So that is basically all I got for this video. We are only 83 subscribers away from 800. We were at 717. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, and you guys can let me know what you thought of this new trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I thought it was pretty dang good, but like I said, it did give a lot more to talk about than the previous trailer that we got back in March. Well, I guess that was like kind of a teaser trailer, so it kind of makes sense why there wasn't really that much going on. But this one we had a whole lot more to talk about, and the fact that we got our first look at the Hulk was pretty dang cool, I'm not gonna lie. See, I do think I like this trailer more than the last one. You guys can let me know what you thought of it, and if you're looking forward to this movie, because like I said, it is my most anticipated movie of this year, so I cannot wait for it. You best believe that I already got my tickets. I got it for July 30th at 7 p.m., so I'm very much looking forward to that. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this video. And if you guys can let me know if you think that this manifestation thing is the symbiote, or if it's just kind of like a metaphor for the fact that Peter is alone and doesn't really have anybody to talk to, because it could very well be that, but I'm leaning more towards the symbiote myself, just because I feel like we are leading to the symbiote in the MCU. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.